All right, the articles of impeachment have been filed, and Charlie Hurt joins us now. Is this just going to plug along month after month, week after week, and get the public gets investigation fatigue? Nobody can remember who said what to who and why.
It is very complicated, but I think one of the reasons it's so complicated is because it's not because the connections and the connections are complex necessarily. It's that there's so much overwhelming evidence of corruption that it just you begin to sort of lose focus on all of it. The big difference between what Republicans are dealing with Joe Biden right now and what we have seen in recent years with impeachments is that bribery is actually in the statute, in the impeachment statute, whereas phone calls are not. Bribery is, and so they have overwhelming evidence. Now, in terms of, I think this is smart because it gives you some ability to do better investigation and uncover more things, and uncovering things is very important. However, as we get closer to an election, we're going to be a year away here in just a couple of months. The best impeachment mechanism there is an election, if you ask me. That said, I do think that the more information, the better. I personally would have filed articles of impeachment against Joe Biden 2 years ago for opening up the border and handing it to human smugglers and the drug cartels. But I do think that the more information that comes out ahead of an election, that's democracy. That's what we want.
Yes, and the best impeachment vote is an election. Very good. Charlie, would you just hold on for us for a second? I'll get back to you in just a moment. I want to bring Lauren back in because I want to know what NBC's Chuck Todd, I know he had something to say about the investigation of Hunter. What did he say?
It might surprise you. He said it's a big deal and it raises questions about the electability of President Joe Biden.
President Biden's handling of the case has raised questions at a time when voters already have doubts about his age and political standing. Biden brought his son to a state dinner just 2 days after the plea deal that has since collapsed was announced. And he has repeatedly defended him, denying wrongdoing altogether, even though Hunter Biden himself has pled guilty.
There are 3 special counsel investigations for 2024. So you have Hunter and David Weiss, President Joe Biden and Robert Hur over the classified documents, and, of course, Trump and Jack Smith. So 2024 is about the courtroom on both sides. And now Hunter's in it, too.
What a mess. I want to bring Charlie Hurt back in again, because what I just saw there from Chuck Todd and what we saw earlier from CBS, which CBS News interviewed the whistleblowers, the RS whistleblowers. I think the media, it seems at least, that the media is beginning to pay attention to this. What do you say?
Yeah, I think over the last month or so, in particular with the IRS whistleblowers' testimony, you started to see the media, they couldn't deny it any longer. They couldn't ignore it any longer. It's become so obvious and so heinous that they couldn't pretend it wasn't happening. And so, and it's starting to break through. And quite frankly, I think that the reason that the White House agreed to the special counsel is because the story is breaking through despite the media's effort and Democrats' effort to ignore it. But it's uncontainable, and as we said just a minute ago, the evidence is so overwhelming, it's so damning, you can't ignore it. And although I do think the special counsel is part of a whitewash, and as we've learned from Watergate, the cover-up is always the thing that gets you in the most trouble, and I think it's going to get them in trouble here. Although the underlying crimes are horrifying.
What a story. Charlie, thanks for helping us get through it. We appreciate that. You bring clarity,
Great to see you.
Which we really like. Thank you, Charlie. Now